Hello and welcome back to Something Dumb. I believe this is going to be episode number 3, October 20th at 3 in the morning. Boppity boo. Beautiful Sunday. Getting started bright and early. Going to start this bad boy off with a $5 knockout. Going to be super small prize pool. That doesn't really matter. Just slowly looking to build a bankroll. I see later in the day there's going to be a couple fun tournaments. The Super 11 Mystery Bounty. The Super 550. There's a few other mystery bounties I might play. With that being said, hopefully we can have a better run than we did yesterday in the Terminator. Boppity boo. Let's get this show on the road. Alright, going to start the show with an ace and a 5 in the big blind. A whole bunch of callers. A 3-bet could come in here. That would be fun. Ah boy, let's just go post flop. First hand of the tournament. Oh, a 3-bet. What would I make it? 12.5? Let's go 5x. 5-5-3 flop. That's pretty good news to start this thing off. Get a raise, a call, and another call. I suppose I shouldn't think too long about this one. Just land on the call option. Hopefully we get a good turn. 7 of spades goes check. Check. Should I have raised the flop? King of diamonds on the river. You see, as much as I would like to go for a check raise, I just don't want it to check through on the river here. So I'm just going to bet like 22 blinds and go from there. If I face a jam, that's unfortunate, but I'm going to call. Get a call. What does Savarni have? King, queen. King 9 suited. Open it up. Could go for a 4-bet if I face a 3-bet, which would be cool. Probably not going to do it, but here we are. If a 3-bet comes in, I think I'm just folding and moving along. Okay, just kidding. Do I 4-bet like 8.5 blinds? Well, first and foremost, as much as I want to raise, I'm just gonna call. We're super fucking deep and we want to build a pot. The board's pretty dry. We get a queen on the turn. So we're fucked by king, queen, jack 10. They go for the check. Maybe I should have raised the flop. Think I bet large. Ace, king, aces. Ace, queen, I don't think we'll call. Just thinking what size, 27 point. Ooh, not 273, no. There's still some like king, queen, maybe. They do find the call very quickly and we take it down. Ace, queen does find the call, very interesting. Was not expecting that. Raise and a call. A small 3-bet. See what the flop brings us. Could I 4-bet? I don't want to. No, I don't want to. king, queen, 8 flop. I do like the check, so there's still some jacks, 10s, 9s. Does like king, jack ever check? It's a weird spot. That's a very quick check. Naviero could have ace queen as well. I think I bet here. If I face a check raise, that really blows dick, doesn't it? Do I bet it a little bit larger? 8.6. Is that half pot? 3 on the river. I'm just wondering, is there any more value or do I just check? So there's those pocket pairs. What about aces? I would have heard from those. Ah, boy, I don't know if they pay off another bet. Queen, jack? I don't think so. Jack, jack, no surprises there. I suppose it depends who opens. If Chef comes in for the raise, I could go for the 3-bet. No bluffs, I think I'm just going to call facing a raise. They do bump it on up to 2.1 blinds. I think queen jack off just wants to play call. 10, 8, 7 flop. So got backdoor hearts and a straight draw to the 9. Do block jack 9. So I have to at least call. I got 10s, 8s, 7s. This is a very interesting raising hand. I don't think it's necessarily the most likely that I've got jack 9 out of everybody. I'm only going to have jack 9 suited here. 10s, 8s, 7s in full. I won't 3-bet those pre-flop. Queen on the turn checks to me. I think that's pretty good news, and I just want to check it back here. Thinking, what do I lose to? Navarro should raise their 2 pairs plus on the flop. So they could have some like ace 10, and then no bluffs could have like king queen or something like this. I think I'm going to go for a bet ski. And fold to a jam. Something like this. Is that about half pot? Jack 10. Do it. Very nice. Very nice. I want 250 big blinds, so I'm gonna play call. Oh, for fuck's sakes, everybody folded. Good flop, though. Ace 7 of spades. That sucks for you, bucko. Some of the spots where I was 3-betting ace 10, you want to 3-bet ace jack off, which is cool to note. 60 blinds deep. I think ace jack just wants to play call here. If Ronnie comes in for the 3-bet, I'd have an easy fold. Ace queen 9 flop goes check. Check. 3.5 plus 2 is 3.7. Go for a half pot size bet. It's one of those cool spots where I think I fold to a check raise. Get a quick call from Ron. Dreams is out of the way, 9 on the turn. So I no longer play the jack kicker, which sucks. Ronnie thinks about a lead for a second. I think I'm going to bet half pot once again. Check back the river. Just try to get called by, say, the king jack, the jack tens, the spade draws. I block some of that. Then there's like, say, ace 5. Some of that shit that we chop with. That we'll call again. Jack on the river. Do I go for more value now? I play aces and jacks. So I lose to any 9. I think I gotta go for another value bet. Do I just go half pot, half pot, half pot? Nope. We'll just go for a bigger bet. Quick call and we see the great news. Ace 6 for Ron. Ace queen. Interesting. We'll slide in for another call. Ronnie's a little upset. Eight, 7, 2 flop. 1 heart out there. 2 over cards. No backdoor straight draw. Hopefully it checks around to me. If Crumpet bets, I could float sometimes depending on the size. I'm also not afraid just to ditch the ace queen here. We still got the backdoor nut flush draw, which is something to note. Ronnie bets 3 blinds. They could have a whole lot of draws here. Could have a 7. Even a deuce. What about an 8? Would an 8... Maybe an 8's just sticking in this range as well. Then there's the diamond draws, straight draws out the ass. I want to call. Queen of spades on the river probably would have won that pot. Couple of 8s. Flicking in another call. No set, no bet. Dreams puts in a small bet ski. I'm just thinking, what if ace 6 bets like this, ace 5? We get an 8 on the turn, which is an interesting card, as 7-9 makes the nuts. 7-4 makes a straight. 10-10 had me fucked. Dreams could have 6s, 5s. Super small bet on the turn. That doesn't seem like 10-10 or 9-7. I suppose Salford could still have the straights. I suppose. And then there's like queen jack of hearts. Oof, ace of hearts on the river. Dreams checks. I think I just jam. Try to get called by ace 10, ace 5, ace 6. If Dreams had a flush, they would bet themselves. If they had 10s, I think they would continue or bet bigger on the turn. I don't think they've got 6s or 5s anymore. Just going to go in the tank, rip it all in, and Dreams folds. Queen jack suited. I'll come in for the open. No surprises here. Can't lay this one down. A 3-bet would be super weird. Might start to see some folding with the queen jack suited. Jesla in the big. Don't rip it all in. We see a 7-5 2 flop. 2 diamonds. 4.5 plus 4 is 4.9. Jesla bets 2 blinds. So I can raise, look to get it in against Jesla. I can call and fold if there's other raises, because that will only be from better flush draws. What about like 6-8 of diamonds? Does that ever raise? What a weird spot I got myself in as we get a 9 of clubs on the turn. So no straight draw for me. 2 overcards, the flush draw. Just bets 5 blinds. We're so deep with Crumpet and Ronnie that I just play call. Just play call, smack a diamond on the river. If Ronnie raises, Crumpet raises, I'm just out of the pot. Jack of spades. Dressless should check. They stick in a 10 big blind bet. So I don't think the queen jack is good here. What does Dressless have for value? 8, 6, 7, 5. What about 10, 8? Then there's missed diamonds. 3, 4. Oh boy. I wish we weren't 4 ways. Because like Ronnie could just have like what? Ace jack? Not likely. I'm just wondering what the fuck Justla bets for value there that I beat. Like they're not going to continue to bet ace 7 on the turn. They might go for another small bet. Like what do they have? Ace 5? Nope. Ace 3 of diamonds? I beat that. They didn't jam it all in, which is interesting to note. Then they've got 7s, 5s, 2s. Seven, 5. What about 7, 9? 7 jack, not likely. 9, 9, not likely. Queen 3 off. There's so many chips in the middle. I cover everybody. Just gonna let it go. Here we go. I could always call to let Salford blast off, as a 3-bet's gonna look strong, but I'm just gonna make it 6.5 blinds and hopefully Salford still finds a way to stick it in. I could always make it 7 as well. Ronnie finds the call, Jack, Jack 2 flop, very interesting. So anybody could have a jack here. Am I done with this one? So I could bet, try to scoop up the pot. The 21 blinds in the middle would be nice. I'm not too worried about the turn here. So Ronnie's probably got a pocket pair. Or ace queen. Jesla. Did they just smack that 5? Do they have pocket 8s? I feel like I have to call once. It sucks to have the ace of diamonds, I do believe. I block ace 10, ace queen of diamonds, ace 6, ace 7, deuce on the river. So Ronnie's got the pocket pair. Jessla's got a 5. And I think I just lose with ace king. I don't think I can bluff him off the pot. That just sucks. Of course I'm going to go for the open. I'll just go for the min open. If Salty Sea Dog rips it in, I'm going to be in a weird spot. They do find the call. If Salty Sea Dog ripped, I think I'd fold. If Dreams rips, it's an easy fold. Ace 8, 6 flop. Do I bet fold here? Go for a small C bet. I do like it. And we get it through. Good stuff. Oh, that's a good hand. So I've seen some charts lately say call pre-flop with the queen. I don't think I'm doing that here today. We get a min raise from Roberto. We're going to raise to 6.5 blinds. I cover Roberta for an $8 bounty. Do I make it 7, 3.5 in position? Ace 4, 2 flop. Roberta leads for a blind. Every once in a while, they just bet a blind, bet a blind, bet a blind, bet a blind. What does that consist of? Some ace X, obviously. If they start to size up here, do I just fold? They're going to have the flush draws, which I unblock. And of course, they're just going to have the pair of aces every once in a while. Queen of clubs would be a beautiful card on the river. I'm just wondering if I should fold here. 5-2? No, not likely. I'm just thinking flush draws. Ace on the river. I doubt you bluff now. 4.5 blinds. This is a silly bet. This could always be like 10s or jacks, 9s. I don't think I can fold. It's just way too small. It's a block bet. I would have expected an ace just to rip it in. It is also possible they're just milking me. But I have to call. King, queen, they're just bluffing. I'm wondering, like, is there any value to ripping it on the river there? Like I said, there's some jacks and 10s. I wonder. I got a couple 9s if Roberta jams. This is weird. Do I call fold? So I have to at least call. Man, I'm in 6th place. This is fucked. Okay, I'll flick in the call and go from there. If Boolean jams, I think I'm priced in for a call. Thing is, if Nina rips, yeah, like, what do I do? Man, I want to play for first place if I'm being completely honest with you. 40 blinds behind. This is such a speculative situation. So there's so many flips. 40 blinds deep, eh? I just can't see myself folding and then losing to like Nina's 8-8. What if they got like queen, queen, jack, jack, 10, 10? They would rip it in. Then there's the flips. And what does Roberta have? If they've got like, what if it's ace king and ace king? Roberta's still throwing this shit tag. It's whatever. I just want to throw in the call button, you know? Sexes, fuck. See, that's what I didn't want to see. Roberta has the 10, so I would have lost the main pot, but I would have been up to 80. Pussy fold by me. You'll never see it happen again. What a pussy fold. What a pussy fold. Man, I hate myself for that. Ace 10 off. I think there's some jamming here. I'm gonna go for the raise call, I suppose. I could also limp it in. Limp, raise, jam. Raise, call. Yeah, I think it's just a raise call. He's gonna have some better ace X every once in a while. But But then there's some worse ace-x as well. I think it's just a call. This is a big pot. Blind on blind. Good luck to me. Ace-jack. That's a damn shame. Gonna need a 10 dealer. Diamond? Oof. Yeah, that was a huge pot. Fuck. Oh, 5. Bye-bye. A $5 deep stack turbo. Boppity boo. 11 players. No, I'm 11 of 14. Do I make it 7? I go 6.5 and go from there. Bet a third and go from there. I think this is a pretty good blast off hand. I think I gotta go bigger than that. 25. No, I don't have to go too much bigger than that. Just go 20. Nope. 19.9. That seems reasonable. Deuce on the river. So I'm not getting a 7 to fold. 8s, 9s, not getting them to fold. Jacks, 10s, not getting them to fold. Ah, boy. Do I give it up? It's not in me to give it up. We get it on through. Ace king. Good flop. Go for the C bet. Could even bet large here. Could bet half pot. River's going to be interesting. There's going to be some checkbacks on some hearts, queen or jack. If Usain Bin all in goes for a raise on the turn, I'm just in a pickle. Probably find the call and evaluate on the river. Dibbity doo, dibbity doo. Not getting a 10 to fold, not getting an 8 to fold. Looking to get like from some 5s. You know, some of those pocket pairs, we get a king on the turn. I think I go bombs away. Would have preferred a club. Can still size up the river jam. If I go 10 blinds, I just go 9.9 as well. Jack. Queen of spades. So there's no value to jam. I think I win sometimes. 2 pairs we would have heard from, unless it's like queen 10, 8, queen. Jack 10, very nice. Oh, how beautiful the jack would have been. Couple of sixes. Mick finds the call. If Nestor rips, that's a weird thing. Queen 10, 7 flop, not too exciting. If Nestor bets, I don't know what to do. If Nestor checks, I could bet to protect. I could just check. 6 on the river. How big do we go? 6.6. Just to be funny. Then if Mick has a slow play, that's very unfortunate, like Queen 10. They could also have slow played, like say 10-10. Get a call from Mick. We'll see what he holds. Probably a 10. Queen 8? Are you fucking serious? Well, I think I got the absolute minimum there from Mick. Respect on Mick's name for not raising. I did have a boat on the river there. They just had the 3 of a kind. I am a little cheesed. 10-10. Well, hopefully Mickey doesn't raise. Nestor rips. We get a Mickey open 3.5x. All in from luck box? What the fuck do I do with a couple of 10s? This is a big pot here. So luck box has been snug. This is going to be a bunch of ace king. I'm wondering what they do with 9s, 8s, 7s. How low do we go? And then Mickey I'm not too afraid of. They're going to have me beat sometimes here. Then I can just fold and preserve my chips as well. But I think I want to play for a big ass pot. This is a weird one. This is a 70 big blind jam. Oh, it's just queens. See, I almost folded the 10-10. So all that hard work, it's fucking worth nothing. It's for nothing. I want to keep Mickey's range wide. If I face a raise, that's not great. A 7 on the turn, that's not great neither. So a 1-liner to a 9 out there. I'm going to check it on over. I don't think I fold 9 on the river. Put this straight on the board. So I could always bet over the pot. That'd be cool. Something tells me Mickey's a non-believer in me. 10-3. Man, if Lucky raises, I don't know what to do. Guess we go for a non-all-in 3-bet. We're switching up to the min-raise strategy. Mickey's likely to call. Hopefully there's a 3-bet. Nestor, stick it in, make my life easy. They say no way. Flop and ho. Do me a favor, bucko. 9-6-2 flop. Not any favors being done here. So there's like what, 8-7, 8-10, 8-5. Not likely. Clubs. I unblock all of it. I think I have to fold. This is a 4-way jam. Nestor likely just has a 9. What about a 6? Not likely. So I'm going to have like 25%. 8 into 20. Yeah, it's just not quite good enough. Maybe if I have 1 club, I should call. But again, I don't even have the fucking rabbits. Six-handed game, 27 blinds deep, a limp, a raise. I don't think I want a 3-bet non-all-in out of position. Just take my starting stack, rip it in. Certainly ahead of Nestor. Flop and O has been rather snug, so if they've got a monster, they've got a monster. There's going to be a bunch of other suited ace-X that I'm just dominating. Some king-queen. What are we doing, bud? Holy moly. No more registration. Interesting. Mickey goes for the 3-bet. This has got to be terrifying, right? Ace-king or an overpair. Ace-queen suited. Ace-jack suited. I wonder, like, eights ever do this? Like, not likely, right? Ace-queen, no surprises there. 10-10, 2 flop. 2 on the turn. 9 on the river, good news for me. So we win a flip. King and a jack will raise it on up. Base a 3-bet, it's just gonna be a fold. Wish I could rabbit hunt. I want to see what's coming. Hopefully Flop and Ho sticks it in. Nope. So you see, I like playing for big pots. Do I limp call a jam? What do we do here? Ace-jack should be good against Mickey's range of random ass holdings. I want a big pot. It just sucks to get it in with like 36% here and lose some of the time. Nestor's done so much limping, they go for the raise. Do I avoid the situation with ace-jack? I think I call. Mickey rip. Nestor's flick it in. 20 blind, 40 blind side pot. I think I call. Ace queen, are you fucking serious? Oh no. 10 dealer. Did we all see that? Okay. Obviously it's a big call, but Mickey just ripped like 5 hands in a row. And I wake up with the ace queen. Man. Again, I'm gonna get in there often with like 36% or something stupid. Nestor, of course, was gonna have a strong holding, but man, Mickey's just gonna have so much stuff. Because the thing is, if they're jamming like random ass ace X's there, I want to be in the pot. If they're jamming jack 10 off, I want to be in the pot. If they're jamming queen jack, I want to be in the pot. What about a pocket pair? Well, I don't mind having like 50% against 2 players. So if Mickey had a pocket pair, I'm doing pretty good. So you know what? I'm in a real shit situation right now with 15 blinds, but I love the call. And I'll rip it with the 5-5. Now I'm just playing for chips. Let's see if we can get back in the game. Call with ace-jack. Well, I just wanted to see a flip. Ace on the river, that sucks. That was kind of cool how I called for the ace-jack call. How disappointing. Alrighty, so we got a 550 knockout for the second half of the show here. Boppity 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 boo. We'll start things off with a jack and a 10. Facing a limp from GP Ma. Under the gun. Oh. Sometimes you prefer to go for a raise facing the limpers, but I like to limp along. Play post flop. Play 4 ways. I don't mind. We got a straight draw to the 9 or king. We see the king of spades on the turn. That's a good card, obviously. Got the freaking nizzles. So I've been experimenting with overbets. I hope I find it here. I just size up, go large. I'd love to see it 6.6 on the turn into 5 blinds. 4 ways. This is fun to see. Obviously this prices out flush draws, but sometimes they still come along. 3 of spades on the river. And now the thing is, I think I don't have to overbet come the river. Try to get called by 2 pairs still. Or do we just continue to tell the story and go for another overbet? It is an interesting decision. We go for another overbet and get called once again. That's good news. So the unfortunate thing about recording these videos post-play is that I don't know what my opponent had. So that's really annoying. So I think going forward I'm going to do a lot of live commentary. And then once I start expanding to GG some more and Poker Stars, then I'll start to do some more review sort of videos. So we flopped the 2 pairs on a monotone. Nope. Look at that board. Queen Jack 2. Got this flush draw. Bunch of straight draws out there. It's not so monotone. 6 on the turn. Doopity doo. As long as it's not a spade, we'll continue to bet. With Balancho in this, where are they? The small blind? We may as well just go for their stack. Try to get this all in on the turn. Don't give them a free card. It does size up the river very strangely as we go for a huge bet ski on the turn. Not surprised to see a couple of folds. But we didn't want to see that 5 of spades on the river anyhow. King Jack suited facing the under the gun raise. So King Jack suited I think prefers to play 3-bet here. Yeah, it does prefer to play 3-bet. But we got SL Ham Hunt in the big with a small stack, so I suppose it makes sense to play call 10-10 3 flop. We get a 5 of hearts on the turn. Now this is something I'm not too sure about as we get SL Ham Hunt, rip it in. Get a call from Tala. So obviously a heart's a cool card. There's some dirty cards as there's some potentials for some boats. 9 into 25 with $1.25 on the line. I do land on the call option here. Raising I don't think makes any sense. I just wonder if you should fold here. 7 of hearts on the river. We're obviously pretty ecstatic about that. And again, the question is, what size do we bet now? 35 blinds in the middle. Try side pot with Tala, so it's a weird spot. 63 blinds deep. We bet about a third of that. And get a quick call. For what I think I remember being ace 10. So I wonder if I should rip on the river. Maybe Tala finds the fold, so probably should just go for some value. No more registration. 48 out of 129. 76 get paid. We got a queen 10 suited in the big. A raise under the gun. And a call from the hijack. Call from the button. We could always do some 3-betting. 50 blinds deep. Queen 10 suited doesn't mind a 3-bet. It is 4 ways, so the ranges are obviously different. But it's got some properties for 3-bets. As we get a queen 7-6 flop. JP Ma goes for a big blind bet. You win. Nope. Win-win. Plays call. I don't think I have to raise here. I think I would prefer a call. I do stick in the raise to 5.5 blinds. JP Ma quickly calls. Win-win sticks it all in. See, like I'm gonna call, but I don't love this. Let's see how far behind we are. King Queen for win-win. The A7 for JP Ma has a flush draw. We don't get there, so overplaying that top pair, we lose a big pot. Still hanging out with 31 blinds, so that's mighty fine. Ace Jack in the big. 19 blinds. So we cover the small blind. If they rip it in, I guess we just have an easy call, don't we? If they go for the raise, we rip it in. If they limp it in, we go 3.5 blinds. Or maybe a little bit smaller, like 3.2. We're getting it in as the favorite for the little bounty. Just sweating 8s. Oh, 7 is a straight for them. They don't find it. Boppity boo. We get a little bounty. Couple of jacks in the big blind. Guess what we do if Luca rips. And guess what we do if Luca, oh, it doesn't matter, they rip it in. So if they limp, we raise 3.5 blinds. And we hold with the jacks versus ace 10 for another small bounty in a big pot. 46 blinds, that is gonna give me some wiggle room to play a lot of post flop. Oh, looks like I tried and it didn't work out too well. 36 of 50. We are just off. No, we're in the money. King 8 in the big. Get a 6 big blind jam from the cutoff. So it is interesting. I'm just looking at a range here. I do know what they rip in. There's going to be some worse suited King X. Obviously the King X that dominates me. There's going to be a whole bunch of suited Ace X. Even the unsuited Ace X. We're going to have a few queens that we're dominating, which is interesting as they got the Queen 8 suited. Very reasonable jam by our opponent. Just sweating the queen, so we do get it in. Great, make a pair of 8s on the river. Obviously it's a little lucky to get it in dominating our opponent here with King 8 offsuit. But just with the opportunity to potentially be dominating our opponent, I think we have to stick it in there. King 10 in the small, we're suited and booted. We see a limp. I think I prefer limping along. We could always go for a small raise, but I don't necessarily want to get this in pre-flop. We got a fish in the big blind. We can just keep them in the pot. King 8 3 flop. Again, it's another spot like with that Queen 10. I don't think I should raise here. We should just play call. We'll evaluate what the turn brings us. A 4 diamonds. Really not a scary card at all. Does bring in a whole bunch of draws. Limp pot, Ribis bets a blind on the flop, a blind on the turn. Is this indicative of strength? They barely sized up a river jam. Ace of diamonds. Oh, that's a bad card, obviously. Facing a jam on the river, I think I would have folded. But Ribis shows the bluff, whatever it was. Couple of jakes. Hopefully Ribis rips it in. Nope. Folds to me on the button. So we cover the remaining players. Some guys like to rip it all in here. Maybe they don't want to do it with Jack, but we do get an induce from the couple of sixes. That's good news. $3 bounty on the line. Hold dealer. 95% to the river, and we make a set. So we get that bounty. So that's all good news. Ace-6 suited under the gun. We'll go for the open. Candy does cover me on the button, so maybe I should pass on the spot. I wonder. Like Ace-6 suited still likes a raise here, obviously, but we get a jam from paranormal. So if we call, we're never getting it in amazing. This isn't. What about King-Queen suited? We might be ahead. No, it's just a couple of queens. We got 33%. I just see a $4 bounty and I'm like, whoa, wee-wee-wah. Click the call button. No surprises. It's a couple of queens. Probably should have found fold. Ace-9 suited in the big blind. This is an interesting one. I think we just want to play this post flop. I don't know if I want to call a jam. If it comes in, I'd probably click the call button. Instead, we get a limp. I don't like a jam here. No. Don't do it. Oh, I just fucking did it. No, I said certainly raise to 3 blinds. Or just go play post flop with the Ace-9 suited. Yeah, I'm just looking at some charts here. Like Ace-9 off actually doesn't mind an all-in there. Ace-8 off doesn't mind the all-in. Ace-Jack off. 10, Queen, and King. And there's even some Ace-3 and Ace-Deuce that does it at 100% clip. That's interesting to note. Go for the limp with the Ace-X. Face the all-in, and we just have to swiftly fold. Ace-5 suited on the button. If trance goes for the open, we could always 3-bet all in. That would be cool. Obviously, we're not going to be getting in an amazing, but we'll buy the pot a lot. And then we're in a weird spot if Lorenzo rips, but if the Ace-5 suited plays a little bit better than the Ace-6 suited, obviously we're still going to have a similar percentage, but the raise gets through. I don't know why this is in the video. A couple of jacks. We flop a freaking boat. So we unblock 6x, so we could always go for a min bet. But we block the toppest of pairs, obviously, so we'll go for the little check. There's no flush draw, no straight draw, queen on the turn. Now we can go for some bets. And I wonder if I need to go this large. Whatever sizes up the river jam, we'll do some quick math. 3 blinds into 5.3 plus another 3 on top of that. We'll leave him with 10.5. That'll be about 11 in the middle. So that's a good size. King on the river. So obviously we just hope they have ace 10, 10, 9, a 6. King 6, queen 6 somehow. Jack 6, like just so impossible. It's hard to get called here, but we have to go all in, of course. Ooh, a couple of 10s. 15 to 25. Just click the min open. If Rodrigo rips, we'll get it in for about 20 blinds and the $10 bounty. If I face a 3-bet, yeah, I'm just ready to stick in the 10-10. We are racing into the big blind of a just day with the big stack. So there's always the potential that they could go crazy. Ace 5 suited, just rip it in pre. Okay, now it's a little bit less likely with Candy calling. But we could still see a wide 3-bet. Instead we get a King 8-5 flop. Don't want to bloat the pot, so I'm not going to bet. I like check call. It's a super dry board. There's no flush draw. Plenty of straight draws out there. Backdoor straight draws too, which I block a little bit of that. But then there's some like ace queen, ace jack that we don't mind. Just keeping the pot. 10 on the turn. Good card, obviously. Candy bets 3.5 blinds into 10. And the question is, do we check raise or are we just going into check call mode? As much as we want to get paid, we're not doing a whole lot of raising here. Whoa, this is interesting. Am I just going to click it back? I do click it back. Whoa, wee wah. This is obviously pretty strong. Candy will click it. And then we click it, and Candy's absolutely dead going to the river. So I don't typically click it there, but worked out wonderfully. Obviously, we smack a great turn card. So Rodrigo and the big, we cover them. I do like a raise here. It does suck if they jam, because then we have to fold. So that's why sometimes you just rip it in pre-flop. We'll see. 10 blinds. Small blind, RFI. Not 10-8 suited does prefer a call, actually. I still go for the raise, flop the top is to 2 pairs. Backdoor straight flush draw. We'll bet a third pot. Hopefully get that $10 bounty. Ace on the turn. 11 blinds behind. Let's keep betting. No, don't jam. Whatever you do, don't jam. Yeah, bet a third again. It is kind of silly, but I think you just have to bet a third again. King on the river. So Queen Jack makes a straight. It's kind of a bad card, as Rodrigo might be a little bit more inclined to fold a 10. Say Jack 10. We might have seen a jam. So what do they have? Maybe some weak 8x, weak 6x that blocks like the flop straight. Some sort of like 6-9, 6-7, 8-7, 8-9, 10-9 maybe. Of course, we're going for the bounty with 2 pairs. But nonetheless, I think now that we see a king on the river, Rodrigo is a little bit more inclined to fold. King 5 suited for 10 blinds on the button. Yeah, it does just prefer the all-in. It's weird. King 2 suited comes in for the raise. Then you trap with aces, kings, queens, jacks. Jack, jack for Candy. I'll get a nice pot there. 22 blinds for him. Ooh, we got Rodrigo hanging out there with 0.1 blinds, $11 bounty on the line, 9 of 19. The question is, do I jam or do I go for the smaller size? I like to see Candy in there. But how much do we want to play this post flop? It's ace king suited, so of course we can go for something smaller than this. Button 3-bet. So yeah, ace king suited does like some all-ins actually, so I suppose I don't mind the play. It also likes some 3-bets, both 50-50, as we don't get the bounty. King jack suited will raise it up. The government in the small blind calls off 8 blinds. We had a queen 10-3 flop. Open-ended straight draw. No backdoor flush draw. Ace on the turn is a good card, but it does complete the flush. we'll still try to get government's bounty. Then there's still 2 pairs of just they could call with. The government calls. That's a weird happening. 4 on the river. Now the question is, what size do we go? 16 blinds in the middle. Do I bet half pot or something like this? Don't check. What are you going to do? Check? What? Say what? Don't check. Eight blinds. I do bet half pot. The government folds. And the just D also folds. Queen and a queen in the big blind. So here's a mistake. I better 3-bet. Jack likes all in. 10-10 likes all in. Aces, kings, queens like a non-all in 3-bet. And I miss it. 8-7-7 flop. 4 on the turn. 5-6 makes a straight. 4 on the river. Surely our queens are good. It just sucks that we didn't build a bigger pot pre-flop. So I'm probably missing about 5 blinds from the middle. That's good to note. What about a check raise on the river here? Not likely. It is a good board for us. Bet full pot size. I do like it. The thing is, there should have just been 5 more blinds in the middle. And then maybe we wouldn't have bet full pot on the river here. Maybe we could have got a call or some shit from an ace high. So, we misplayed the queens, missed value there. Ace 10 in the big blind. Think we just want to take this one post flop. Obviously, if the government rips, we'll call. I just A comes in for the open. You know what? Ace 10 suited does like some raises here, but it's a non-all-in raise, I think. Well, that's 25 blinds. Big blind, 3-bet, but... Okay, just kidding. Ace 10 suited, I think, is a fine jam here. 8-8 for a just A with the $5 bounty on the line. We need an ace or a 10 for 35 blinds. Ace or a 10? No, we don't find it. So that's an important flip to lose right now. We could have always just took it post flop and then avoided the flip, but we get another ace 10 of clubs, which is cool. We'll go bounty hunting for the government's bounty, $4 on the line. 13 of 14. Eight 9 suited for the government, so we got 2 undercards to sweat. They smack one on the flop. Ace 10 or club. 10 on the river. We are sitting pretty with the bounty. 15 blinds. That's a nice pot sliding our way. We get a king and a queen under the gun. Cute little min raise. 11 of 12. Dan in the big blind. 7-7-4 flop. We could bet a quarter pot. A third pot doesn't make as much sense, but it might size up the turn jam, so that's why I go for it. 2.2 blinds. Or sorry, 2 on the turn. 8.7 blinds in the middle. Holy moly. Deuce on the river. So we're ahead of some missed straight draws. 5, 6, 5, 8. What else is there? There's probably some ace highs that we lose to. Ace 5, ace 3, ace 10 is even in there. Dan will scoop a nice little pot. Do 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 buddy do. A queen and a jack in the big blind. Dan rips. I think this is a get it in. 5 blinds deep. There's going to be some suited Queen X that we're ahead of. We're actually behind quite a bit of suited King X, suited Ace X. I wonder if I should just lay this one down as they do find the jam with the Queen 9 suited. So no 9s. 10 on the river. We'll chop the pot. But the more I look at that, the jamming range, I think I should be folding there with the Queen Jack. Was it suited maybe? Interesting. Couple of 8s the next holding. We'll rip it in for 8 blinds. Look at all those 8s. That's got to be some good luck. Queen Jack for spears. We're the slightest of favorites, but it's pretty much a 50-50. No Queen Jack or 10. 3 on the river. We survive. Up to 17.5 blinds. Doopity-doo. Ooh, a couple of aces in the big blind. Adjust A goes for the open. So again, I think we want to go for a non-all-in 3-bet. I wonder if there's ever any slow plays from the aces. Big blind, 3-bet. How deep were we? So it looks like aces don't mind a slow play, actually. Wait, 3-bet? Oh my, this is just difficult. Okay, I'll just back up. Put about 15 blinds deep, big blind. Button raise. Aces do like a slow play. Sweet. So at 10 blinds, aces like a slow play. At 25 blinds, aces like a 3-bet. We're sitting at 16, so we're kind of in the middle there. Queen 10-10 flop. Or sorry, Queen 10-7 flop. Holy moly. Small bet on the flop. There's a lot of draws out there. We got the ace of hearts. I don't mind the check raise. Queen on the turn. That's obviously a pretty bad card. There's so many straight draws out there. We could bet 1.4 blinds. And I'm not folding, I don't think. Obviously, a queen's not a good card. Oh, yeah, find it. Oh, I found it. That's so beautiful. 1.4 blinds is the Betsky. 6 on the river. Do we still jam it in here, try to get called by a 10, jacks, kings? I think we should. I think I do pussy out and land on the check. Because I started to think they have so many misdraws. I wanted to give him a chance to bluff. Represent the queen. But adjust A doesn't fire. Alrighty, so we fast forward to the final table. First one of the challenge, 7 and 7. We're obviously in a bad spot with 7 blinds. We'll see if we can spin it up. There's no other real short stack other than myself, so everybody's going to wait for me to bust. We got Dan, who's pretty deep. Labo Whiskey's pretty deep. 28 blinds for Cypher. Firm has plenty of chips to play with. Yeah, like everybody can just play patiently. I'm in a real shitty spot here with 6 blinds. King 10 0 in the small blind with 6 blinds in total. We get a Cypher raise, so this isn't exciting. So this is a weird one, With 3 blinds. Queen 6-0. It's obviously a fine all-in, but on the final table, I wonder if I should fold and look for a better spot. Like, we get it in here as the slightest of favorites. We're sweating the 7 and the 9. Obviously, we'll get it in against all the worst 6x. It does suck if they have a queen, but we do survive with the small all-in. And another thing to note is we're up to 6 blinds, so it gives me a little bit of breathing room, but not much at all. Not much at all. So then we just gotta hope for a ladder. Oh, that's a bad spot to be in. A king and a queen in the small blind, facing a Cypher limp. We'll go to button ranges. Raise first in 25 blinds. Button. So Cypher certainly should have some limps here. Queen 10 suited limps at 100% clip. Other than that, it looks like most of their raising range also likes a limp. So the king queen is just who knows how good it is against this range. There's so many holdings that there's all the suited queen X, all the suited king X, most of the suited jack X, 10x. So it's just like a lot of those holdings are going to be in there as we get the full double, win the flip, and then we get a couple of jacks. So this pot's obviously pretty important. 8.8 blinds. We could survive to make a ladder or two if we get a full double here. King and a queen, so it's another flip. Slightest of favorites. We gotta sweat the king and queen. Just no 10 dealer. Oh! What do you know? There's a 10 on the river. Buppity boo. Oh. Bad time to have 90%. And then they hit the river. But again, it was just a flip. So that's it's the way she goes sometimes. And I don't think off 8 blinds I can play call, see a safe flop, and then bet and take it down. 8 blinds? I just don't think I'm going to do that. Anyways, we'll move along to the next tourney. Alrighty, to end off the show, we got 3 last tournaments. Got the $11 8 max at Daily Legends, then the $11 Mystery Bounty, and the Super 11, a knockout. Gonna start things off with a couple of 7s and about 10 blinds from the cutoff. We can jam all pocket pairs here. Aces and kings actually don't mind a min raise. I guess this is 9 blinds instead of 10, but I would imagine the same principles apply. There's no real reason for Rockio to call here. But they're doing some math. Jack 6 suited with 32%. We'll flick in the call. We're just sweating the jack. An ace? An ace would also suck. We get a king of clubs on the river, so we win a nice pot. Looks like we blinded down a little bit. 29 to 41. There is a little bit of a pay jump at 39. How many? Where are we? The cutoff? Again, it just looks like an all-in spot with the pocket pairs. Get called by the ace queen. We're the slightest of favorites. Ace on the flop is bad news. For the 27 big blind pot, we need a 5, and we don't find it. So that's swiftly the $11 tournament. But we do make that ladder there. So we get 32 buckers into the bank account. And we'll now have the $11 mystery bounty. Getting closer to the money. 580. 580 left. 311 get paid. We got a couple of 5s. Have to imagine a 5 is coming on the flop. King 5-3. We'll go for a bet ski. Don't have a read on XX Lex. Ace of clubs on the turn. Certainly that's a good card for us both because X Lex will make some top pairs. Maybe some 2 pairs. Ace 5, Ace 3. Ace 5 is unlikely. Ace King is unlikely. We'll still size up a river jam. King on the river, we would have made a boat. I think it's just a good hand to continue to barrel with. Queen 10 suited with 35 blinds. Get an AZ open. Am I going to go for a sneaky 3-bet here? Where are we? You know what? Queen 10 suited prefers a call. My bad. Queen Jack suited likes an all-in, which is interesting. For a little bit less, of course. So we're 36 blinds. Queen 10 suited is still a play. It's just a call instead of a 3-bet. King Jack suited, King Queen suited. So we should have a lot of jacks here. That's good to note. Then there'll be the overpairs, aces, slow play sometimes pre. Oh, that's a juicy card. King of clubs on the turn. Kings prefer a 3-bet over slow playing pre-flop. That's good to note. Then we'll have ace king suited in full. We're just getting a fair price to go to the river here with the royal flush draw. 9 of diamonds on the river. So I'm not going to have Jack 9 suited. King Jack suited I'm going to have. Shouldn't have Queen 10 suited here, but we do show up with it. We'll play the all in with the straight. Hopefully get it called by a jack or a king. Win a big pot. King deuce even. Holy moly. So I do like the 3-bet pre-flop now that we see AZ show up with a king deucey there. Had a good read on this situation. That player was opening too wide, calling 3-bets way too wide. Although I still should have played call pre, if we're being honest. Ace king will go for the open. 6-5 2 flop. Got the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. The straight draw sucks though, because they put a straight on the board, so what does that matter? 3 on the turn. It's a heart. Don't know if we have another reason to bet. We could try to put some pressures on some 2s and 5s. Ace on the river, so a 1-liner to a 4. We make the toppest of pairs. I think we just want this to go check check. Could always try to get called by a 6, but nice. Ace 5 will take it. Couple of 8s on the button. 8-8 doesn't mind a 3-bet here, which is interesting. Even 7s come in sometimes. We just get the raise first in opportunity. X-Lex in the big. 8-6-4 flop with the backdoor heart draw. Backdoor straight draw. We could go for a C-bet or we could check it back. We got options here. Hopefully we can bet and take it down. We don't want to see a check raise, that's for sure. If they check call, that's okay. They could have a 6-4, 7-5, 5-3 suited or something like this. And of course there's still some ace-x, so maybe we should check back the turn here. Try to keep the pot small. Deuce on the river. So 3-5 makes a straight, but then there's the 7-5 miss straight draw. Hearts miss. Do we like a call here with the 8 of hearts? Probably not. I think we want this to go check check. With that being said, that bet's super small. It would be interesting to flick in a call here. Hopefully we call and we're right. 2 into 13 is just such a great price. X-Lex even value bets the pair of 6s there. That's interesting to note. Then we get a couple of jakes. That's a strong holding. We'll raise that up. 34 blinds deep. I think facing a 3-bet we call. We could always 4-bet all in. That's mighty fine as well. There's the 3-bet. We'll see how we elect to play the jakes. We'll be out of position, which sucks. No read on Blitzkrieg. I like post flop. Beautiful. 7-5 2 flop. Backdoor heart draw with the overpair. So I think we just gear up and call down. Go from there. Small bet on the flop. Looks like Blitzkrieg knows what they're doing. Check raise would be interesting. I don't think we need to do it 7 on the turn. So what sucks is if they have ace king and they slow right down right now. Had we ripped it in pre-flop, we seemingly would have won the flip. Sometimes ace king blasts off though. 8 on the river. I wonder if we should let them bet once again. In hindsight, I think I like another check. Nah, they might just check back ace king, you know? Ace queen, ace 10. I'm wondering what they do with those holdings if they take another stab. So we bet half pot. This obviously looks pretty strong, but we're just trying to get called by something curious. 10, 10, 9, 9 potentially. Obviously, if they have eights and they jam, well, we're fucked. If they have aces and they check back the turn, that'd be interesting. But they certainly would have called the river bet. So we fast forward to the money, right? Oh, we're not quite in the money, but the mystery bounties have started. That's how things go. Ace 9-0. So Blitzkrieg could rip it in here pretty wide from the small blind. And X-Lex as well could put a lot of pressure on me. Oh, what am I talking about? 311 people get paid. I'm so dumb. Anyways, King 5-2 flop. We'll go for a little C-bet. Hopefully take it down, right? I don't know why this hand's in the video. Certainly we get a call. King on the turn. Interesting. A lot happening. What do we do here? Do we want to try to get a 2 or a 5 to fold? Kind of. Ace on the river. Okay, what's cool here is we beat some worse ace-X. Ace 4, ace 3, ace 6, 7, 8, 9. We chop with. And then the better ace-X, you would expect them to bet. Pre-flop, raise it up. King on the turn. Does complete some 3 of a kinds, but I think we just go for a bet ski. Try to get called by a 5 or 2. Maybe a pocket pair in there. Why did I cut the video there? Why do I do that? Ace 9 took it down. So we got a call. How did it just skip there? Holy moly, I just suck at this. Anyways, we get a call. Then we get aces. That's nice to see. Ooh, we get an all-in. A bounty opportunity. And a big stack opportunity. We'll just tank and hopefully Blitzkrieg finds the call. I don't think we call here because nothing in our range would do that other than aces. I think we just have to stick it all in and hopefully Blitzkrieg calls. And we're playing for like a, 1.3, almost 4 million chip pot. Instead it's just 10s versus aces and hopefully we hold. Do 80%. Good start. There's some backdoor chop outs. We don't find them. No 10 on the river. So we get a bounty. 24 smackers to the account. Boppity boppity boo. Would have been crazy if I just won. I think it was an $800 bounty on the line. And then there was a bigger one that had swiftly left. But that $800 bounty was still hanging out here and now as we get a Space Mango rip. So we got the Jake. Should I click it to 15? Nope, because then I would never fold. Can I call? Nah, I don't want to play it post flop out of position. I think with all my range here, I just jam. Blitzkrieg does find the fold. Couple of 6s for Space Mango. 16 blinds in the middle. This is a sizable pot here. Both players with spade draws. No 6 dealer. 3 on the river. We get another bounty. 986. Not the one we wanted, but oh well. Ooh, a couple ducks. Looks like we're flopping a set or this is going to be a boring happening. 50 blinds deep on the button. Raise first in. Deuces are totally in there, of course. Facing a 3-bet, I think we just fold. If we play post flop, hopefully flop a set. Ace 8-4 flop. A little c-bet. Could probably bet a quarter pot if I wanted to. So it's pretty boring. So fast forwarding, we're 30 at 54. Pay jump at 39 for $5, but that doesn't matter. There's still that $800 bounty on the line that we want. So we cover Lucas. That's interesting to note. Looks like we'll have to go to a flop here with 6-8-0. Proof comes along as well. Cover them. Motorola 3-bets. It's the easiest fold ever. This wouldn't be in the video. No, it would not. If we're going 4 ways, we're going 4 ways with 6-8-0. 8-5-4 flop. Interesting. I think I do recall this hand. Top pair with a straight draw. Proof bets 3 blinds. Motorola gets out of the way. So I don't think I need to do this, but here I am. I see that crazy wet board 8-5-4, straight draws out the ass, flush draws out the ass, and I got the toppest of pairs with a straight draw. I dunk it all in. Like, I suppose it can't be horrific. Oh, just kidding. 6 on the turn. 6 of hearts on the turn. 4 on the river. So we don't get there. Proof owns me. Jack 4 suited in the big. I suppose this is going to be a defend. And then what do we do if proof rips? Because I think that $800 bounty's still out there. It's not like we're going to get a much better opportunity for $800. Jack 4 suited, he says. Let's go to the flop. 1.2 into 8. We'll still cover a prof. Oh, and we flop a frickin' flush draw. So the question is, do we want to jam or do we want to check call? And I think with the flush draw, we want to check call. Or sorry, jam it all in. Oh, silly me. Top pair, top kicker. And we get there with the pair of jacks on the turn. Queen jack. Eduardo, rip it in. Uh-oh. Is this our chance? For the $800 bounty? Do we just fold and move along? M-Trap is going to have a whole lot of holdings here. They wake up with Queen Jack, which is just horrific for us. We're going to need a 10 to chop it. Jack on the river. So there's a bunch of 2 pairs. M-Trap gets a bounty. Eduardo wins the pot, and I'm Gonzo Alonso. This is very interesting. Obviously, I'm ahead of the Queen 10 there, the Eduardo jam. Not always, right? They're gonna have a lot of Ace X, King X, and then the M Trap jam should likely be a whole lot of holdings. I wonder if that's like 70% of the deck, something like that. I would imagine. And I could just be wrong there. So we get it in with the queen jack and we're gone to Alonso. What do we got here? Is this the Super 11? Ace and a queen. We'll go bounty hunting, hopefully. 24 is 63. 55, there's a pay jump. We get a queen 6-6 flop. Flush draws out there. Do like a quarter pot size bet on a paired board. We could always go for a third because there's a flush draw out there, but it doesn't matter. We'll just bet real small. Got a call, 2 on the turn. So it does suck how many 6s Medeo could have here. 10-6-0, 9-6-0, 8-6-0, 7-6-0, Jack 6-0. Some of the Ace 6-0 and King 6-0, Queen 6-0 likes a 3-bet pre. But not too much, so they still could have flopped the boat on us as we go for about a half pot size bet. Five on the river. Just gonna rip it in and hopefully get called by worse Queen X. A lot of the pocket pairs we would have heard from pre-flop. There is 5-5 that maybe just hung in there, which would be stupid. 4-4, 3-3. A little bit of deuces too, so they could have called pre-flop with the ducks, but the jam on the river will get through. No bounty. Ace and a queen with 26 blinds. 24 of 43. 4 off the money jump, which is for $2, so I don't think anybody cares about that. Principal Jojo's in the tank. Tintin in the big, hopefully rips that $4 bounty. There we go, 11.5 to call. And about 28.5. And we get it in as the favorite, sweating the 9. Ooh, a 7 would also suck. We got 6 of hearts, good stuff, we get a little bounty. Couple of jacks. We'll go for the open or 3-bet. Right. We're in the cutoff. Jack does prefer a 3-bet. Every once in a while it slides in for a call. With Bertha, with the $10 bounty on the line, I think we just want a 3-bet and get this in. To be fair, we got McAvoy in the small. If I've got a read on them that they might rip it in wide, or if Reknight likes a wide 3-bet, if I was picking up on some reads, then I like a smooth call here. But if I remember correctly, McAvoy was a reasonable player as they do stick it all in. Looks like a cooler. As I think back on it, I think they were just a reasonable player. They got a couple of 10s here. We're the big favorite. They have 1 out. And they don't find it. Get a small bounty, win a big pot. We'll happily move along. 5 of 38, holy shit. Oh, looks like we lost a whole bunch of pots. 16 and 19, how depressing. 5 of 38, I wonder what happened. I think there was just a lot of stealing opportunities, and I take a lot as we get down to the final 30 or so. Anyways, we have an ace and a 2 here. A $15 bounty on the line. Let's stick it all in. Get a call by ducks, that's horrific. So I wonder if ace deuce should even jam here. Yeah, it should. That sucks. Wait, for 5 blinds it doesn't? That's interesting as all hell. Oh, I'm in the wrong fucking thing. Raise first in. 5 blinds. My position is small blind. No, ace deuce still comes in for a jam, of course. So no matter what, this is just a jam. And with the $15 bounty on the line. Not much you can do. Sometimes that just happens. Ace or queen. We don't find it, of course. King, queen suited. We don't cover nobody for a bounty, but I think we do offers up on the line with 7.5 blinds. Folds to me. We'll stick it all in. Get the jam through. Ace and an 8 for 10 blinds. I wonder if we want to go for a min open here. Oh, we can limp it in, which is interesting. Cut off. Oh, sorry, wrong chart once again. Ace 8 suited does just prefer the jam. We could jam all our suited ace X here. As low as king 7 suited, which is interesting. King 6 suited, king 5 suited comes in for a limp. Interesting. Jack 9 suited, Jack 10 suited we can rip. So we get the jam through, king queen O. Yeah, that's a pretty easy all in. 10 blinds on the button. Limp it on in with aces through jacks. Even 10s come in for it sometimes, which is interesting. Ace king suited likes a limp as well. Ace king O just loves to jam it in here. All the kings suited except for king deuce suited, which likes a limp. Oh, and we just All-Star wakes up with king king. We're pretty well dead on the turn. We certainly are. And we'll leave in 17th place. So I suppose that's the end of the show. So if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this bullshit out. We'll end the episode at 253 smackers in the old bank account. So it was a very successful Sunday. Made up for the slow start. And yeah. Adios.